Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do the review of Apache 164V, and it's going to be an ownership review, not in depth. I'm not going to tell you about what are the specs of this machine. It's a kind of ownership review. A lot of people demand for that. So in that scenario, I've just thought why not to make a video and share all the what feedback I have for this machine after owning this for about 1 year. So here's the ownership review, and any other comments that you want to put in apart from anything you want to know about this particular machine. So would love to respond to you on the comment sections, but as of now I'll be trying to tell you all the in and out, A to Z, what I feel about this particular machine and what are the advantages, pros and cons in depth. So we'll try to cover it and would fulfill all the doubts that you have, any doubt you have regarding this machine. So here we go with the video. Getting into the reviews part, let me tell you a brief intro about this machine. So this is 164V and this is compliant with the BS6 engine and that, and I bought this around 1.5 years ago, and you can see the conditions of tires is still in the good condition. And this is 160cc, approx 159 point something cc engine, and yeah, this costed me around 1.4 lakh, 1,40,000 when I got this. So at this point in time, slightly the prices are on the higher side due to inflation or something like that, whatever you want to call it. But right now it is approx 1.55. So I'll not talk about this machine at 1.4 price range. I'll consider this at 1.55 and tell you that whether you should get this or not. And I've driven this around 1,000, like 8 to 10,000 kilometers. I'm not pretty sure. Let me check it. Yeah, 11. No, this is a trip. Let me check it. Yeah, so I've driven it around 12,000 kilometers, 12,200 something, and you can see the high speed that shows on this one. So 128 we have taken it. So yeah, 12,000 kilometers in 1.5 years. We'll give you the detailed ownership, what are the pros and cons of this machine, what I like about this, what I don't like about this, and it's something that if it fulfills your requirements, so you should get it or not. So all these things we'll try to cover in this video, so stay tuned for the further video. And foremost advantage of this particular bike is what I face is the exhaust note. Honestly, I driven multiple bikes at this range, at this price range as well, and at this power range as well, and that too at this cc range as well. And the exhaust note that you get in this one, like this is only 160cc, and the kind of exhaust note, the sound of the exhaust that you get from this exhaust is like not equivalent to 160cc. It sometimes feel like 200 or 250cc's machine. So exhaust note, it's not only about the Apaches, it's all TVS machines. Whatever the bikes of the TVS that you want to see, that you see, the exhaust notes are incredible. Even if you talk about the Jupiter, that has a decent exhaust note. So that is something that TVS is working on. Even if you are somewhere and a TVS bike is passing nearby you, so you can if you are motor enthusiast, you can easily judge that yeah, that is a TVS machine and that is being passed very nearby to you. So that is something I really appreciate. I'll put in the neutral and make you listen the exhaust note as well, because Apache is a very common machine. You would have been listened it many times. So exhaust note is something that I really like about this particular machine. The second advantage that I want to cover for this one is the wide section tires and the radial tires. So if you talk about any other bikes in this particular range, if you talk about Extreme or if you talk about NS, so these bikes don't get the radial tires, but in this one you get that. So that is a really big advantage that you get. These tires are obviously have the better grip on the road if you're cruising them at a high speed above 100 or 80, something like that. So you get a better grip obviously in that. So in front you don't get the radial one, it's a normal one, but on the back you get the radial tire. That is something I really appreciate TVS for that. Honestly, I have to think multiple times to tell the disadvantages of this bike, but one very common disadvantage that you feel is the short stand on this one. So that is something which is not a major thing, but at the end it's there by the company. So company is giving a very short stand, and once you put this bike on the side stand, so it leans approximately on 60 degree. And sometimes if you're not on the smooth surface and if you're not on the plain surface, so what happens is it falls multiple times. You can see the scratches over here. It has fallen multiple times due to not equal surface there. So sometimes you have to look for the stones and anything like solid material that you can kept inside this, and it can give you a better sort of height. So that is something I feel that it is a disadvantage. It would be obviously counted in the disadvantage, and I spoke to the service as well that why these things are not getting changed. The company should come with a certain long stands, and they can offer to in the accessory series as well. If they want to charge for that, they can charge it, but as of now TVS doesn't have any long stand. So what lot of TVS owners have done is that they have grilled, sort of added some sort of hard material in that, so that your bike don't get lean very frequently or very too much while you keep the side stand. Disadvantage that what I face, the con that I face for this one is that it most probably is only with me, not with a lot of TVS owners. This is happening, but for me most probably there would be something that the way I've ridden this, that is the reason that these problems are happening, is the front braking problem. So a lot of times what happens is these front brakes become absolute free, so it's totally becomes free and it don't add. So that's why I've taken to the service and they've added changed the brake shoe as well many times. 2 times I've got changed the brake shoe, but still it's not working, and right now again I have to get the service done for this one, and still I have to tell that again this is sort of doing some problem, like it is some weird sound is coming out from the disc. So that is something I have to get it checked as well, hoping that there's no as such big problem. But once you add the brake on this one, many times what happens is a weird sound from the discs come, so that is something I have to get it checked. But apart from that, I don't feel that these bikes have any other drawbacks. Honestly, to be very honest, I have to think multiple times talking about disadvantages, because obviously I mean driving it for very long, you would have been got to multiple cons for the bikes. But to be very honest, I don't feel the cons that I've already told that you get this one. But absolutely you have certain, like it don't show the fuel economy on this one, or this is not the colored display. So this I could also say. So these are the some not very major cons, but still those comes into the picture. And now I'll try to cover up all the aspects of this bike and would tell you the final feedback, what I think about this machine, and is it worth it to get it at 1.5 lakh rupees, or you should sort of add some money and get another machine, or you should save some money and get the lower one. So that is what I'll add into the final conclusion. I've driven this machine in the different road conditions, into the off-roads as well, in the highways as well, and honestly the response that I get from the tires is really appreciable. I really appreciate TVS for building such a wonderful machine, that you can try this bike at the different condition. I've tried this in the different circumstances, in the different situations, in the different climate conditions as well, and would really appreciate the kind of power it delivers to me, and the kind of tires are there. Tires is something that I'm talking again and again, but I would definitely say the tires on the back one is really good. It don't slip very often, and if you lean it at the percentage it is lean at this point of time, and slightly you lean it more than that, you will be absolutely confident. You will not face any kind of sort of hesitation to lean it, or any hesitation to enjoy this at 120, 125. So I usually take it on the highest speeds, and the highest speed that I got on this one is 128, not more than that. But a lot of the TVS owners says that they have taken it more than 130. What I honestly feel is not true, because when I was giving the full throttle on the highways as well, and the air pressure was also in the favor of me, so I got it till 128. After that I tried to stretch it till 130, but honestly it was not happening at all. So I don't feel that it has gone beyond 128, but most probably the people would have taken it on the downward slope, so that could happen. But yeah, I would definitely recommend you guys to try this out. If you're planning to get it, go check it out and give a test drive of this one, and you can just feel this machine. It's slightly look on the bulkier side as compared to the NS. It obviously won't have that sporty look. It's look like a daily commuting bike, honestly, to be very honest. But in terms of looks, I would not rate this bike on the higher side. But in terms of performance and in terms of the exhaust note that this delivers, it's really appreciable. Looks, I'm not saying that it doesn't look good, but it doesn't look as sporty as the different options are available into the segments. If you talk about NS, that looks much sportier than that, right? If you talk about N160, that looks much sportier than that. They have the more aggressive look. But for this one, I'm not complaining, but that is something that it's good. It's good for daily commuting. It's good for the boys as well, and you get the good power as well. So that is something I really appreciate. And the flat seats on this one, so lot of youngsters prefer to have a back seat on the higher side and front one on the lower side, but for me I don't think that is like more concern for me. Obviously if you have a family, so you can easily make sit 3 people over here very easily. I've seen 4 people sitting on 4V. So yeah, you can definitely, if you have a family and you want to get a bike which have the good power as well, and you can make the 3 people sit. Not 3, I'm not talking about the full-fledged 3 people, but one and the baby in between. So that is something is possible on this one. And the throw of headlamps, I've forgotten to tell that this comes with the LED setup on this, and obviously the throw on the headlamps in the front one looks really good. It had a very good throw. In the nights I've tried where there was no sort of light on the road, and I've tried that as well. So that is something thing it looks. It has a definitely good throw of the LEDs, and this looks slightly good. This is the older model, but in the model that you're getting today, these lights have been shifted in between, so this is slightly empty, and these lights have been adjusted in the between, so that looks much better compared to this one. So yeah, this was the final recommendation of mine, my feedback for this machine. You can definitely test it out and get it a test drive done, and if you feel that it's fulfilling the requirement that you need, you can definitely go for this. This is my recommendation. I've told you all the cause and pros of this machine, what I feel after driving it for 12,000 kilometers for 1 year, and this is my final views. I hope you like the video, guys. In case you have any questions regarding this machine, you can just ping me in the comments. I would love to answer that. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching.